also the handiwork of the Bishnoi gang, we are learning, and this is to do with allegedly the recent association with actor Salman Khan. Remember, Salman Khan was featured in an AP Dhillon video recently, and that seems to be the reason that has miffed the Lawrence Bishnoi gang, who have claimed responsibility for this attack. Lawrence Bishnoi and Rohit Gudara has taken responsibility of this firing incident. Remember, one video had come out in where there were multiple rounds that were fired outside the house of the Punjabi singer AP Dhillon, and the shooting incident took place outside the residence in Vancouver. And this video of that incident is with the local agencies at the moment. It's being investigated upon. While an official confirmation is still awaited, preliminary reports suggest that the firing may be linked to the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. However, there's a video that already has been circulated allegedly by the Lawrence Bishnoi gang, claiming responsibility for that firing incident. They also go on to threaten AP Dhillon and say that if at all he does not sever ties with Salman Khan, then he is going to quote unquote be given a dog's death. That is what the video really claims. However, they are still verifying the authenticity of that video message as well. Officials are actively looking into the incident to ascertain the motive and to ensure the safety of those who in fact were inside the house possibly. AP Dhillon has not yet responded or commented or confirmed that about this incident, but we do know how a similar incident really took place outside the residence of actor Salman Khan, where there were warning shots that were fired, and again Lawrence Bishnoi gang had taken responsibility of the same. We know how Lawrence Bishnoi's entire community, in fact the Bishnoi community, has been targeting Salman Khan ever since there has been this the fact that there has been a black buck incident, the killing of the black buck in Rajasthan, and ever since there has been these targeted attacks and warning shots that we have been reported have been fired outside the residence of actor Salman Khan as well. Similar lines, we are seeing this incident coming out of Vancouver, and this time this is the AP Dhillon residence that we are talking about. Now, joining us on the broadcast is Michael John Lowe, who's a reporter with the Victoria Times, and he's also a columnist with this newspaper. Michael, thank you so much for joining us. Very good morning to you. First of all, what's coming out of Vancouver? Shots being fired outside the residence of one of a popular singer who's doing and gaining a lot of popularity here in India. And there have been similar instances that have happened in the past in Canada. What do you know about this, and what is the word that's coming in from the authorities about this?
Thanks for having me, Griha. Just a few notes of correction here. The shooting actually did not take place in Vancouver, but in a community off Victoria. Okay. So that's about an hour and a half ferry ride away in provincial capital of British Columbia. So this shooting happened on Monday, our time, 1 a.m. And officials have not yet publicly commented on the case, saying that it will an update is expected on Tuesday morning. Now, I was at the scene as a reporter with the Victoria Times Colonist, and we have some details that have been shared from neighbors, some who saw the speeding car leave the scene after the attack, as well as a short update from the mayor of Colwood, where the attack took place. Okay.
Michael, we also were talking about how this is not the first time that something similar has happened in, this exact area in Canada. We also, have details about how earlier singer Gippy Garewal's residence, who's also a popular singer here in India, that also really saw a similar instance. Do you know about the details about the same?
Yeah, so that would have been a West Vancouver incident, which would have been about 2 hours away from Colwood, which is located sort of out in a suburb of Vancouver, not Victoria, and that occurred November 24th. And we haven't actually confirmed that the property belongs to Gippy Girl, but Maybe perhaps your side might have more information about that.
Okay.
But yes, and it's believed that a similar incident also occurred in Toronto, but personally, I have yet to confirm that.
Michael, would you know about the footprint of this Bishnoi gang in Canada? Because they wreaking havoc in the country has been a story, and and especially there are targeted attacks of people who are well-known names when it is about people coming in from Punjab, probably settling in Canada, and these attacks have only been spiraling and going out of control. Of course, the administration and the investigative agencies are yet to comment on it and yet to put a finger on it. However, there's a video that they have already circulated allegedly talking about how they are the ones who are responsible for this particular firing incident as well.
Yes, I'm aware of the video, and I believe it was reported by the Times of India. What we can say is that the mayor of Colwood, where the incident took place, a very small community, under 15,000 people, just outside of the provincial capital of British Columbia, was told by the local police that it was, let me just read this. To the best of his knowledge, it was a targeted, gang-related type of crime. So no details have been released. He was able to confirm that, similar to the video that has been widely shared online, that there were about 12 to 14 gunshots fired. It's unclear how many shots were actually fired because the two cars that were also torched outside of the residence may have, put out some projectiles that also hit the home. So I was on the scene earlier today, and there was, as authorities I'm expecting to announce tomorrow, several bullet holes and penetrating the garage door, the front door handle, as well as the living room. And in the living room, the bullets had gone through the window into the room and shattered a glass stair railing inside the house. Now, when I was there, it was about more than 12 hours after the incident had occurred. There's no one there. But I was told by a neighbor that there was one person who was in the residence at the time. And now that person was Indo-Canadian rapper Shinda Kalon, who is a close associate of Dhillon's and was not harmed.
All right. Thank you so much for all of those details. Important update there that you're sharing with us, Michael. Thank you so much. Appreciate you joining us on the broadcast. Let me take this across to my colleague Siddhant, who's joining us now. Siddhant, an important update that we're learning. One Indo-Canadian rapper was very much present at the residence of AP Dhillon when this incident took place, although he's unhurt, thankfully. But this is the second time that we're learning of a similar incident that is happening and coming out of Canada.
Well, look, in fact, almost a year back, I did a story on how South Asian community is being targeted in Canada by certain gangs. In fact, Indian government has been talking about the deteriorating situation of law and order in Canada and how these criminals, these antisocial elements are calling people for ransom, for extortion. I have list of people which includes celebrities, which includes businessmen from South Asian community getting calls from these gangsters for ransom money. Now, this is the fresh case which has come to light where celebrity AP Dhillon's house, the bullets were fired into his house by one of the gangster called as Rohit Garad, if I'm not mistaken. Now, this gangster says that he belongs to Lawrence Bishnoi's Bishnoi gang, and in fact, he has come up with a message also, which is widely getting circulated on social media platform. Now, he has to say that he has done this because AP Dhillon has collaborated with film actor Salman Khan. Now, if you remember, in the month of April 2024, there was an assassination attempt on film actor Salman Khan at his Bombay residence by Lawrence Bishnoi gang. Now, Lawrence Bishnoi gang had issues with Salman Khan, and Salman Khan is on their hit list. In fact, Salman Khan's security was also beefed up. His residence security was also beefed up by Mumbai police.
Absolutely.
Now, the same gang is targeting AP Dhillon for collaborating with Salman Khan for a music video.
Absolutely.
And that is perhaps the reason that they have cited in a social media post that have been released by them. But the question goes for the authorities back in Canada, law enforcement agencies, what are they doing?
Absolutely, and we're waiting for them to respond to that very investigation that they are currently undertaking. I'd like to thank you, Siddhant, for all these updates. We are keeping a big eye on this story as well. Remember, this is an interesting development that's coming in from Canada, and it's on similar lines of the firing incident that was reported from outside Salman Khan's residence. And now we hear something similar happening in Canada, and this is outside AP Dhillon's residence.